Hello everybody and welcome to another wonderful subscriber donated ghost story. This is the story of the Hat Man. So thank you King Nasta74 for donating this one to me. If anybody else out there has got a really cool ghost story, it could be factual, could be fictional, but if it did happen to you genuinely, then make sure that's made plain, okay? And then I will be happy to contemplate reading it out to everybody else out there on YouTube land via this wonderful particular channel. Right, this is the story of the Hat Man. Let me tell you about a ghost story that I had some time ago as a teenager. I was in my late teens when I had my first encounter with the other side. Since then, it has been my only solid supernatural encounter where, in my opinion, an entity attempted to affect me in some manner. Let me first tell you that I have sleep paralysis regularly. In fact, I recall one event last night where I was in bed where I could not move. I could barely breathe. This is what it was like when the Hat Man, a dark entity or shadow person, made his presence known to me. It was Christmas Day morning at about 8 o'clock Central Time, when I was awoken by an unknown presence in my room. I was in total sleep paralysis mode, where breathing, moving, talking, and even movements of the eyes are limited. This was not my first sleep paralysis, but it was the most severe. Then, all of a sudden, a black figure in the shape of a man with a hat on his head hovered over me. He had glowing red eyes from what I could tell in my precarious corpse-like position. He looked at me, and I could tell there was some benevolence in his demeanor as he uttered these words to me. "You know why I'm here." It was at this point where I cried out for help, but I could not even utter a whisper. The Hat Man then vanished, and I woke up immediately afterwards. I was in the same room, in the same position where I was during the sleep paralysis. I was sweating heavily and trying to recall what had just happened. I could not go back to sleep, so I got up and went to my mother and asked her if she'd heard anything earlier. I was shocked when she said she could hear footsteps in the attic above. She said it was very loud and disturbing. I told her what happened with the Hat Man, and she said, "Don't be afraid." After this event, the marriage between my mother and father went chaotic, and they eventually got divorced. I did some research on the Hat Man, and indeed I found information regarding to this entity being related to the dark side. It is of my opinion that he had something to do with my parents departing from each other, because I could sense a dark presence in the house ever since seeing the Hat Man. Demons were hell-bent on splitting my parents apart, but they never split me. When the entity told me, I knew why he was here. I did. I knew he was up to no good. He was telling me to get ready for what was about to happen. It was a warning in the most benevolent tone. It was as if he was saying, "Look, what I'm going to do to your family. You better be strong, because it will rock your faith." That's what I got from the interaction. That's my story, and I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, thank you very much, old chap. That was actually quite a good story, and I hope that everybody else out there who's been following this channel will believe it's one of the more powerful ones that they've heard. As I say, send me a private message with any of your ghost stories if you want me to read them out, obviously with my own dramatic intonation, as well as the occasional minor mispronunciation of a word. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Good fortune, God bless, chill out, keep cool, don't let the bed bugs bite. Sleep tight.